Alright, so starting with Object Editor. Okay, the easiest way to get started with a new model is to open up Mod Studio, find the RGO of a similar unit. So in this case I'm just going to use a Sherman, just because they're both tanks. They both have turret, they both have hull MGs, just as a starting point. You simply convert it to a data generic. I've already cut and pasted it. Put it in the same folder as your RGM file and rename it so it matches. And when you open it in Object Editor, it'll keep all the RGO settings and open it with your new model instead. I can't figure out why the chassis is not showing up, but that doesn't particularly matter at the moment. I'm going to do a video for each of these. Well, split these sections up a fair bit, just because there's I filmed it the first time and ended up being over half an hour. Basically, we have a list bar, contains all our events, states and variables. We can also add custom attributes such as balls, integers, floats, strings. Behaviors are all triggered by events, variables, etc. They're just basically they're if statements. When they become true or when they become false after being true, you can trigger actions with them. All our actions, these all specify sound effects, visual effects that will be attached to markers and activated as their conditions become true, or as they're triggered by behaviors rather. They can also be activated on startup, so they begin playing straight away. That's not much good because they're traces. Where'd the cannon go? Here somewhere. That'll be. Yeah, as you can see, it's not attached to any markers that are in existence, so it plays at 0, 0, 0 facing up. And I can trigger that on and off. Basically, ticking that little box means that it's just active. It's constantly being activated. Saving it with a tick box there won't do anything. It's saving it with tick box on startup. So if I hit play now, it will start playing straight away. Because I made changes, it will stop playing. Yeah, everything from sound effects, everything effects related is an action. You can also do heaps and heaps of stuff from within an action. Activate other actions, trigger effects. You can create explosions, sphere explosions, cube explosions. Basically, if you just add one here. The radius, its center, is it center 0, 0, 0, or does it center off something else? How strong is it at the center? How strong is it at the very edge? How big is it all over? Basically, what that'll do is anything that can be affected by physics within that radius will be pushed outwards. The same with the cube, except the explosion will be cube shaped rather than sphere shaped. But yeah, you can set random variables, set states, all that sort of jazz. Mesh selectors, basically all they are is you set conditions for the mesh to be visible, and you tick which meshes you'd like to be applied. So if I wanted chassis to only be healthy, only visible when the damaged state's healthy or whatever, I'd tick the chassis. For now, my chassis is going walkabouts, so I won't worry about that too much. Physics rigs, you can't steal from another setup. You have to do those individually, and you'll only be able to make changes in here if you have physics set up before you export from Max. Marker groups, basically it'll if you attempt to target a market group, it'll pick one of those markers at random. So when it's raining, it'll basically trigger rain effects on all the markers within the rain hit group. I think that's actually under here somewhere. Rain hit effects attach, self marker rain hit, and then it will pick the markers at random from the rain hit group. It's basically a distance selector. How far away before something becomes visible or invisible. So that's where you set your actual distances from the camera. As you can see, LED 4 is the lowest level of detail. LED 0 is the highest. And basically you just go so it's like 0 to 4. So you go, okay, I want everything visible at 0, but as you go further out you go, okay, well the MG barrel is kind of too small to see at that range anyway, so that would be unticked and everything else would be ticked. That would stop being visible at a certain range. So that will always be visible. If I untick that, I should get out here somewhere. And so it's that far out I can't see the damn thing anyway. Untick that, come out here. I think it stops being visible around there. But you have the general idea. It stops things from, you know, unwanted detail being shown. And that's the list bar. Model information, just info about your models. It's nothing amazing. Materials, meshes. Here we go, meshes. It will tell you what materials being used and what bones are associated with it. List of all your animations which have been imported. You hit play only that animation. Animation events are any events which are related to animation. Linked to one of your animations, I should say. This will be blank if you start a new one. They'll only show up once you've started playing around with the motion tree. Yeah, motion tree. It's just a series of nodes. If you think of it like a family tree, it will start at the top and it will work its way down based on conditions. So, if I just close all these up, we'll go, okay, we have to start from the mother motion tree, and depending on which nodes are designated as startups, it will start from different places. So, startup death, we go, okay, not dead doesn't have a condition because the only condition that obviously to be not dead would to be not dead, if that makes sense. On startup you're not going to be dead, hopefully. And as you see here, dead and fake rec don't actually have conditions either. But because it's starting from the top and working its way down, it goes, okay, we go to the death node, and we go, okay, not dead doesn't have a condition, so we're immediately not dead. And then we'll go, okay, so we have outgoing transitions from not dead to dead or fake rec. And condition of going from not dead to dead is to be dead. Would you believe? And the condition of going from not dead to fake rec is to have fake rec or fake damage on. And that'll take us to the fake rec node, which then has another series of animations depending on that rec pose. That's pretty much for pretty sure it's the fake rec itself is just for world builder, so you can go, oh, I want the upright Sherman. You trigger that rec pose in world builder, and it will take that pose as a rec. Yeah, basically, and all your nodes will have different start points or different conditions. Weapons, that's split up into a lot of different areas. Basically, you know, you have correction. Oh, there we go. Anything that can aim will have horizontal and vertical animations set in there, and then those actual animations will be set as startup nodes, because you always want the horizontal and vertical animations to be calculated. And then transitions are just a list of any incoming and outgoing. That's pretty much all you need to know to start off with object editor. as just as a quick glance. I'll be going into more detail in the next video.